Hey, what's up guys? Omar here, broker and CEO of Alden Mortgage and Ome Realty. So if you've been following along, this is how to become an appraiser, okay? Now, the program that we use is going to be the McKissick online appraisal classes. Now in this video, what I'm gonna do is, since I have done every single course, which is actually 216 total hours, excluding the time it takes to go ahead and, study for each exam because they're all proctored. They want to make sure you're not cheating, blah, blah, blah. We're also going to talk about how long did it take just to do the classes. So far, I'm just at the classes. Number two, I'm going to give sample questions that help me pass almost every single exam. They're all kind of relatively the same. Like they have the same structure and the same content on each and every single one of the questions. So if you know one, you kind of know majority of all of them. Number three is going to be, was it hard? Oh, and by all means, the sample questions, if you don't want to listen to me, just go scroll to the end of this video. You could go ahead and just, review each and every single one of them. I also have one on USPAP, so I'll probably pop a link up here somewhere up here for the USPAP. USPAP actually kicked my ass because that little son of a bitch, that one is actually a pass or fail. So it doesn't tell you like if you got a 20% or you got a 69% because 70 is passing, except I think it's like Kentucky and New York and some of these things, some of these places you need at least a 75. Of course, we all strive to get a perfect 100, but let's face it, these little bastards with their questions, they always make everything so difficult. Number 2, 3, 4. Number 4 is going to be, do you need this guy right here? This right here. This is called a Hewlett-Packard, an HP 12C financial calculator. Come on, focus. Do you need this? Me, I'm an old school guy. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that this took a little bit of a learning curve, and I always went back to this. And I'm going to tell you exactly what's good about this and what's not. And then last but not least, what's next? Okay, so number 1, how long did it actually take? I'm gonna record it, screen record it. I'm gonna show you exactly how long it took for somebody like me. Now, just to give you a precedence, I have a full-time job. I am a mortgage and real estate broker that I have to work. I have to, I got bills to pay. I got things to do. I have to have a way to make money in order to go ahead and live comfortably enough to shoot these little stupid videos. Which by all means, it makes me feel stupid a lot of the times. I'm not going to lie. I hate social media and I hate sitting here talking to this camera, but I feel like it's helping somebody out there, whatever. But let's go ahead and see exactly how long it took. All right, now let's go ahead and record this. All right, so we're going to go ahead and skip this. This guy right here, so that's not when I start. 322, no. All right, so this is the USPAP one. This one actually kind of kicked my ass. I was really annoyed with this one. But, oh, here we go. Okay, so basic appraisal principles. This is the first course that I took. It took me 4 days in this course to go ahead and complete a total of 30 hours. I started in February 25th, 2023, and let's see, basically that took me 5 days, that took me 2 days. This one actually took me 13 hours total to do, 4 hours. This one was pretty easy, laws and regulations. This USPAP one was stupid, okay? I found this to be almost zero helpful. It wasn't helpful at all. It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand what the hell the point of this USPAP is, because you get more background and more things out of laws and regulations. And which one? This one right here, residential market analysis and highest best use. Which is that one? No, I'm so sorry. I apologize. It's going to be the residential sales comparison and income approaches. These two, the laws and regulations and the income approaches, seem to be the better ones. I don't understand. But it shouldn't take you that long to go ahead and do. I don't know why that says time in course only 38 minutes. That's weird. I was not, it's a minimum of 3 hours. You have to go ahead and do it. I got 100% of it. It is timed and all that stuff. But once you get everything done, now I am in California, so I get what's called, you click on here and then you get, I don't know if there's any personal information on here. I don't want any people knowing where I live, so I'm not going to click on that. But when you pass, first what's going to say over here, it's going to say certificate locked. Just so you know, you're not freaking out. You're like, oh my God, what the hell's going on here? Whenever you're over here, it's going to say certificate locked. Once they review that you've been proctored and the proctor says that you didn't cheat or anything like that, then you're all good to go. Then you're able to go ahead and get your certificate. And so we started in February, when was it? And February 25th, that's when I started. I enrolled in 1/13/2013. Took a lot of time off because I was working a lot. But then I started in February 25th. And then I ended up finishing the last course, which took me 2 days to complete 20 hours. Now, towards the end, I was really going in on it. I completed this 20-hour course in 2 days. So I completed it in February 21st. That was the last one that I did. Now, as you can see, all of this is done, 100%, 100%, 100%. Now, I do have to go ahead and call them. Let's stop that. Now, I do have to go ahead and call them to go ahead and add the rest of the classes because for California, every one of them is different. If you do end up getting this McKissick thing, okay? First of all, let me tell you, don't use the link. Get as much. Email me or comment if you are planning on going down this route. Get your 15% off, okay? Get your 15% off. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I get nothing. You could call McKissick. You could ask them, does Omar get anything off of the subscription? I get nothing. Zero. I wish there was somebody on YouTube to go ahead and give me something because let's say off of $1,700, a subscription, which is the least expensive one that you could do, the $1,700, if you got 15% off of that, what is that, like 150, like 200 and something bucks. 200 and something bucks is 200 and something bucks. I do make money off of the other subscriptions. I am telling you, or the other like single courses or USPAP or anything like that. But I'm telling you, I don't care about the money. I don't care about any of that stuff. This is a long-term journey anyway. But just use the code. Get as much off as you possibly can. Now, the question is would I do it the same way now that I know a little bit more? Now, so the reason why I say that is because you could do the courses and you could find a supervisor at the same time and go and do appraisers, get your hours, and at the same time do your courses. Now, would I do it that way? If I had nothing else to do, and I was like, this is the career path that I was choosing, and I had people to support me and help me, then great, yeah. But I am the support. I am the person that takes care of everything. I work, I run a real estate and a mortgaging company. I'm on calls most of the day. This is not something for, that's not that easy as far as time constraint goes, right? If you want to, you could probably knock out all the classes in a month. I would probably wait. I would get my hours in because you don't need to get your courses done first and then do the hours. You could actually do the hours first. Then you could go ahead and get your, do the coursework. And then then you could go ahead and get ready for your exam. Now, I think everybody pretty much does the same thing. They go ahead and do the courses. They get their hours. Then they go ahead and get this other program that's called CompuCram. CompuCram is going to go ahead and, help you pretty much like cram. It gives you a bunch of sample test questions, and then you go and take your exam, and hallelujah, you're all done and dialed in. But it's to be determined. Now, number 2 is going to be, do you need this guy? Is this little bastard really worth it? This is hard. I'm not going to lie. This one is a little bit difficult to kind of navigate and figure out. Now, the good thing is the formulas are on the back and all that other good jazz. This is what's called the HP12C. This is a financial calculator. I'm an old school guy. I know how to calculate amortization. I know how to do compound interest. I know how to do averages. So I always found myself resorting back to this. So if you're an old school guy like me, get a regular calculator. You can figure it out. If not, get yourself an HP12C. Learn how to work that guy. You're definitely going to need it. Was it hard? No, it wasn't hard. Now, what's next? After all of this is said and done, what's next? Well, in the next video, I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly how to go ahead and get an appraisal supervisor from somebody who knows nothing. I know zero. I don't know how these phone calls are going to go. I don't know. One thing I have figured out is that majority of appraisers are dicks. They're like such assholes. They're really rude people. But hopefully, fingers crossed, I get to find one of them and they're going to go ahead and enlighten me and help me out. But I'm going to go through more avenues because, number one, people are going to need a source of income in order to get these hours in. Let's just face it, this is not cheap. $1,700 for the courses. Then you have to go ahead and find an appraisal supervisor. How much do they pay you? Do they pay you anything? Your time, your money, your gas, going out there. God knows what other, I'm sure you're going to need like, a bunch of different programs that you're going to have to go out and purchase. You're probably going to need some other, equipment that, for measuring out homes to make sure that it coincides with what title report says. I don't know. And so for the most part, you have to find something that pays you. I'm going to try to navigate and try to figure out how to get, what are the best options? Are there paid positions? I'm going to make calls to a bunch of AMCs. AMC is what's called an appraisal management company, which at the end of this is what we're going to go ahead and open. You and we're going to be right here. After all of this is done, Omar is going to be this guy right here. I'm so sorry for referring to myself in the third person. What a douchebag that I am. But I am doing this just to help you. Now, I'm not going to be able to do anything until 3 years after I go ahead and get my certified residential residential appraisal license, because that is the waiting requirement. It's 3 years. So I have to find an appraiser that's been doing this business in this business for at least 3 years and that is open to take a trainee. How the hell is that going to work? I have no idea. But yep, that's going to be all that she wrote. If you like the content and you want to stay up to date, what's the next step? What the first appraisal is going to look like, the first property, how I'm going to get there. Like, subscribe, comment, all of that stuff. Until next video, guys, I really appreciate you watching. And if you were interested in any mortgaging product, 0% listing on selling your current home, up to 50% commission rebate on purchasing your next home, DM me. Link in the description below. Until next video, guys, I really appreciate